Here are a few thoughts on water and plants and how I made a perfect little garden. From me, Stephen D. Manning. I will put my personal message in up front to be clear. My personal message is simple. I implore you to exhibit kindness, empathy, and compassion towards all living beings within reason. It is essential to prioritize knowledge and impart it to the younger generation, covering diverse subjects such as science, mathematics, and agriculture. Additionally, I advocate for charitable giving, which should be obligatory for those with sufficient financial means. Finally, I urge you to embrace differences, show empathy and respect towards all people, including those who are dissimilar to you, and do your utmost best to be a good, principled person. If a person is hungry or thirsty, bring him food or water, and both when possible. You never know who might be an angel in disguise watching your actual actions toward others. Be kind to your fellow human, not to win the adulation of your peers, or because you seek rewards in heaven or from your deity, but because it is the right thing to do. What happens if we have water and grain scarcity? So much of the water in the world has been polluted, poisoned, contaminated, and misused, we may face problems in the future with fresh, clean water availability. We need to conserve water, learn hydroponics, and conserve grain. Our world is facing a severe crisis. Many lakes and rivers are drying up and becoming toxic. As the population continues to grow, there needs to be more water for crops and animals, and more food for everyone to survive or even to be without constant hunger. We must acknowledge the dire situation of water depletion in our great lakes and rivers worldwide. The Great Salt Lake, for example, is shrinking in size and becoming increasingly toxic. And just like the Jordan and Euphrates rivers, they all face severe water scarcity. This trend is worldwide, as major rivers in China and India are also experiencing similar degradation. Therefore, we must adopt a more intelligent water governance approach to address this problem. Additionally, our natural forests and rainforests are being destroyed rapidly, worsening the situation. We must take immediate action to address these issues and find solutions before it's too late. When the availability of our resources relies heavily and unjustly on who owns their rights and how we use them, the 8 billion people on Earth become too much for the planet's natural resources to sustain. I am under no delusion that I can stop or even slow down what is happening, but perhaps as I help people understand farming and ranching again, or for the first time, and we get back in tune with how to take care of ourselves and our communities, we can help future generations in a meaningful way. Understanding the reciprocal nature of agriculture, farming, and these natural cycles will help us better see that we are all part of the whole, and provide a roadmap to our descendants who may face a far different world after a cataclysmic event. Additionally, using this guide and knowing what to do and when to do it to survive in case everything changes quickly and we need to begin again will give us a collective reassurance that together we can overcome. Individuals should consider learning about hydroponics as a potential solution to the impending crisis of freshwater scarcity. Hydroponics is a method of growing plants without soil, using nutrient-rich solutions and little water. As fresh water becomes increasingly scarce, individuals must acquire the skills and knowledge to grow their own food, even in urban or land-limited areas. Even on a small scale, the ability to farm could become a valuable skill. It should be considered by those who may not have a prior interest in or access to traditional farming methods or the necessary land. Learning about plants and soil is essential if good water is hard to find or you need other options. I lived in Northern California and created an amazing hydroponics growing area. I purchased all of the parts I needed very easily. A perfect garden living in California, I learned a bit about growing plants indoors. Let me impart the key to success. A flawless garden or indoor gardening system with proper nutrients to aid growth and knowledge of the delicate balance of light and darkness. A friend gave me a male plant, but that did not go well, and after a while I had to get rid of them all and find a female plant. I began with one plant. They did not have any more left. I was happy I even had one female plant. I removed the dirt holding the roots. I cleaned the entire plant. There was no earth on the plant or roots anymore. I immediately planted it in a holder with hard clay balls and nice water, moving for it to grow well. For me, I just wanted to see if I could build it and for it to work. It did work very well, actually. Some might use dirt, but either clay or dirt is a personal preference. My garden was indoors, where I was able to control the light, nutrients, and more. Plants need darkness to grow, but light to bloom. They often start with about 10 hours of light and bloom with 14 hours of light. After growing it for a short time, I wanted more plants. I cut a piece from the bottom of the branches and began cloning other plants as they got larger. Through the process of cloning, I managed to produce an exact duplicate of my plant's DNA, and it's fascinating because there was no fertilization involved, almost resembling a miraculous instance of new life. As a result, we now have 2 plants from only one. Outside has many uncontrolled elements. Plants can die out there if not properly attended to when they are young. Bad soil and lack of water are usually the first problems. Eaten by nature is the second problem. It is part of nature, so as the wind blows the air it needs, it helps move the pollen for more trees and plants to multiply. So there are many good reasons to have outside plants. Plants are needed to feed the animals, house other animals, or shelter them. Trees and plants have dominion over the creatures of earth. We need their fruits, wood, medicine, and more. Most land animals use or need plants and trees in some way. I do not like the other outside problems, the mice, worms, snakes, and bugs. My garden was in a spare room in a near-perfect environment to grow. My garden had no dirt at all, only pure nutrient-rich water. I grew them and continued to clone them until my garden was full. I had a great garden. I like my fruits, herbs, and vegetables as pure as possible. I like organic when possible. Strangely, over time, plants can change so they can pollinate. If all you have is male plants outside, over time one will turn to female so the species can live on. That to me is amazing, and that shows you as animals come and go, trees and plants will find a way to survive. Nature's adaptability. Here are some notable trees that have the ability to exhibit hermaphroditic characteristics. Apple, cannabis, fig, persimmon, kiwi, mulberry, avocado, papaya, pomegranate, strawberry tree. These trees possess fascinating adaptability, enabling them to change genders and ensure their self-pollination and reproduction for the life of the earth. Trees' roots help prevent soil erosion, maintaining the fertility and stability of the land. Trees play a crucial role in regulating the water cycle by absorbing and retaining water, reducing the risk of floods, and maintaining stream flow. They also provide shade and help cool the surrounding area through the process of evapotranspiration. In light of these wonders, I ask everyone, if possible, to plant copious fruit trees and other invaluable species in fertile regions. Trees and plants hold dominion over the world, providing us with the very air we breathe, and bestowing upon animals an abundance of fruits to sustain them. They offer shelter to squirrels and birds, and their sprawling branches reach out, even caressing nearby waters. They gift us with firewood, nourishing fruits, and pristine air, enabling humanity to thrive for extended periods. I implore you, let us cease the senseless felling of trees, for they bear great wisdom and beauty. Currently, food production prioritizes profit over feeding people. If it becomes unprofitable, we allow starvation to occur. Despite advancements in labor and knowledge that have overcome scarcity, capitalism artificially creates scarcity to validate its existence. Perhaps if we plant and cultivate fruit-bearing trees far and wide, more of us can once again experience the wonder of being fed by the earth and not only by store-bought food. Embrace the profound significance of these words, my friends, and let us join hands in preserving and propagating the natural world around us. In doing so, we honor the delicate harmony of nature and secure a sustainable future for ourselves and the generations to come. Some plants have shorter lifespans, while others, such as the venerable olive tree, can endure for over 1,000 years. Remarkably, even a cutting from a 1,000-year-old plant can give rise to a new generation, preserving its ancient lineage.